It all started when a new manager stepped into his role at a bustling retail store. Excited to prove himself, he quickly realized the challenges ahead weren't just about running a team. The store's longtime manager, a man who didn't believe in him from day one, had already decided he wouldn't last. Whispers, cold stares, and impossible tasks became part of his daily routine. The tension was thick, and it was clear the older manager wanted him gone. But what happened next? Well, life has a funny way of flipping the script. Just 1 month later, everything changed in a way no one could have expected, leaving the new manager not only thriving but in a position of authority his doubter never saw coming. How did this incredible turn of events unfold? Stick around, because this story is one you want to hear to the very end. From the very first day, the new manager could feel the resistance. The previous manager, who had been at the store for years, made it clear he didn't think this young, confident newcomer deserved the role. Subtle jabs during meetings, assigning him the toughest shifts, and making decisions without consulting him. It was all part of the older manager's strategy to make him fail. The new manager, however, refused to back down. He kept his focus on the team, learning the ropes, and proving his worth through hard work. But behind the scenes, something was brewing. The older manager's frustration began to spill over into his work, creating cracks in his long-standing reputation. Meanwhile, the new manager's calm persistence was gaining attention. He didn't realize it at the time, but people were watching closely. And soon the power dynamic in the store was about to take an unexpected turn. As the days turned into weeks, the tension between the two managers became impossible to ignore. The older manager, confident in his authority, began pushing boundaries. He would openly question decisions the new manager made, often in front of staff, aiming to undermine his confidence. Employees noticed the power struggle, and some were quick to take sides. Whispers filled the break room, with some rooting for the young manager's perseverance, while others stood by the familiar authority of the older manager. Despite the mounting pressure, the new manager stayed focused. He spent late nights reviewing reports, listening to employee feedback, and fine-tuning store operations. His hard work started paying off, sales were climbing, and employee morale improved. Yet, the older manager wasn't done. Behind the scenes, he tried pulling strings, hoping to shift the odds in his favor. What he didn't realize was that his actions were leading him straight into trouble. The atmosphere in the store grew heavier with each passing day. The older manager's frustration reached its peak when the new manager's initiatives began catching the attention of regional leadership. They praised the improved numbers and the fresh energy in the team, but it only fueled the older manager's resentment. Determined to regain control, he began digging for any small mistake, watching the new manager's every move with a critical eye. Meanwhile, the new manager, unaware of the brewing storm, stayed focused on his goals. He built strong relationships with the staff, earning their trust and loyalty. But behind closed doors, the older manager made one last desperate move, a formal complaint aimed at discrediting the new manager's leadership. What neither of them expected was that the regional office was already conducting their own review of the store, and when their findings came to light, everything would change in an instant. Just as the regional office's review was nearing its conclusion, an unexpected twist shook the store. A senior executive from headquarters decided to visit unannounced, citing a routine check. Everyone scrambled to prepare, but the timing couldn't have been worse for the older manager. His desperation to regain control had caused him to cut corners in areas he thought no one would notice. Now, those oversights were coming to light at the worst possible moment. The new manager, on the other hand, was unaware of the executive's true purpose. He welcomed the visit as an opportunity to showcase his efforts and the team's progress. The tension was palpable as the executive quietly observed operations, spoke to employees, and reviewed performance data. But then the unexpected happened. Documents surfaced, shedding light on decisions made by the older manager that raised serious questions. Suddenly, the dynamics of the review shifted, and everyone could feel the storm brewing. The executive's visit reached its peak when a private meeting was called with both managers. The older manager sat confidently, expecting the review to end with the new manager's dismissal, but the mood shifted as the executive began addressing the issues uncovered during the visit. Reports of missed compliance checks, declining customer satisfaction before the new manager's arrival, and questionable decisions all pointed to one person, him. The room fell silent as the executive announced that the older manager's actions had jeopardized the store's operations and the team's morale. Effective immediately, he was being removed from his position. The new manager, stunned by the revelation, remained calm, though his heart raced. Then, the final twist. The executive offered the new manager not only his current role, but a promotion to oversee multiple stores, including the one he'd just helped transform. It was a full-circle moment, proving hard work and integrity can truly change the game. With the dust finally settling, the store entered a new chapter. The older manager, once so sure of his authority, quietly left his position, leaving behind a team eager to move forward. For the new manager, the promotion was more than just a title. It was validation for the resilience and effort he had poured into his work. Employees who had doubted him at first now looked to him with respect and trust, knowing he had their best interests at heart. As he prepared to take on his expanded role, he reflected on the journey. The challenges, the resistance, and the unexpected twists had all taught him invaluable lessons about leadership and perseverance. His story wasn't just about rising above doubt. It was about proving that determination and fairness can win even in the toughest situations. And with that, his new chapter began.